Hey everybody, it's Essence Michelle. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Sorry y'all. Where I talk about anything and everything here. I know it's been a minute since you see me. I know. Uh, things I just haven't felt like recording anything. Um, but hold one second. Okay, sorry y'all. Yes, I know I have been gone a while. Excuse the background. It's about that time, switching clothes out. Um, but I do have some recent buys, I guess. Not really recent buys, but things that I've had delivered. And I just today felt like, let me just go ahead and record this. I'm going to go get started. These are all things that I purchased from my coach group on Facebook. So the first thing is this blue coach hang tag pouch. It just hang tag story patch. It just has what's written on the story patch. I know it's a backward image, but this is it. I bought this because as you can see, it looks like has like a little wristlet D-ring here, I'm assuming, but I'm not using it as that. I bought this because I'm going to start using a different bag for work instead of using a book bag, and I just wanted something to put some extra things that I don't want jumbling around or falling inside the whatever bag I'm going to use. So I just thought this was cute. Got a little half zip there. That's the back. And again, it just has what's written on the story patch. I just thought it was different and I like the color. The bag, I think actually that I did purchase something else from someone on my Facebook group at a really good price. But the color is like a mint green. This is not gonna match, but I'm not a matchy person. It's just for a work bag. So that's the first thing. The next are two bags I got from one lady in the group. I've seen these bags, both of them in different colors. And yeah, I like the style of them. That's why I purchased them. They also are different than what you see most people showing and buying, or when you see people on social media, the bags that they have. If I haven't already said it, but I think that I have in at least one of my videos, I like to have things that are different than everybody else. I know that I do have a few bags that's like the it bag or the bag that everybody's using. But I like to have things that are not normally seen. I will probably do something a little bit more in depth for these three bags, but I don't know. So right now, dag, I forgot the name of it, and I'll put it on the screen because I just realized I had a piece of paper. Hold on one second. All right, sorry y'all. I was trying to I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't know. So this first bag, it's called the Coach Shuffle Patchwork. I feel like it says something else in the title, but I'm not sure. So here's the bag. And like I said, I have seen this style, but there is one that is in like a chalk patchwork leather. I just thought this was different. And I am trying to step more out of my comfort zone with my bags. And just really not so much just my bags, just in general. I'm just trying to step out. So it's a patchwork bag, as you can see, the different patches here. This is more of like a mole hair, cow hair, whatever it's called. You have leather. This is like a fabric with the C's, snake skin, leather, and then fabric again, snake skin. It's just different patchworks. Then here's the bottom with the feet. There's the side patches. This side has the black hair. There's the other front, and I don't know, I think I showed this side with the zipper. Unzipper, and then it's just the canvas on the inside, or the cotton, very nice zipper on the front pocket. What I like, or back, however you want to wear it, it does have the D-rings on the end. So here's the top. You can see it's a double zipper, and then it's a turn lock. So what you do is you turn the lock, of course, to unlock it, and then you're just going to pull the zipper pull back, which then gives it a flap to open the bag. And then inside, it's the same material. Here is the strap. And then inside is just the same kind of material. You got your story patch with the leather, zipper pocket. And then on the other side is the magnetic or snap closure. Yeah, snap closure. That's it all in the inside. There's a little, so I did, again, get this from one of the ladies in my group. And she was selling them just because they were in fair condition, and most of whatever the condition is just on the inside of the bag. It's just a little dirty or whatever. Nothing that is terribly bad on the bag. So it looks like this is like a gunmetal type of color. There's some weightiness to even just that part of the turn lock. But yeah, I just like this feature of the bag because it's so different. So that's a secure bag, that is for sure. It is going to be very secure. You know, you're not going to worry about somebody getting into this bag without you noticing. And then you just turn it to lock it. It's a nice size as well. This is like a good size for me. I'm not a big bag girl, and then the smaller ones, I do have quite a few, but I like the size of this. And again, here is the strap, which again has the substantial weight. Nice strap as well. So that's the first bag. And like I said, I have seen this bag, the shuffle, a few different times. A few different people in my Facebook groups were selling them, but they were the one was in chalk, or they were just priced really high. And yeah, so the next one is sort of similar, and again, when I find the name, I will put it on the screen. This is a big baby. This is a big baby, and this is a very nice bag. This is called the Coach Varsity something. But she's nice. She big though. She big, as you can see. This is it. So it's black leather. You have these patches that are on the front that are sewn, not glued or anything. They are sewn into the bag. One thing I noticed about this bag, and I'll talk a little bit more about it, but here's the bottom. I have it stuffed right now with a towel. So here's a side view. This kind of like sticks up like that. I got to figure out a way to keep that down. Here's the back. Oh, excuse me. And the other side. Excuse me, y'all. And the other side. So one thing about this bag is the detail that I really like the most. The stitching on this is gorgeous, impeccable, and perfect. You know, I don't know. So you see how the strap here, you can't see like the D-ring that's holding it because this part is covering it. But it's just the stitching is so, and y'all know I'm all about the details when it comes to purses. So you do have a pocket, a zipper pocket here, which I do believe is like that jacker. Yeah, it's the same. Oh, both of these bags are 1941 from the 1941 collection. So those of you that know Coach in 1941, y'all already know. Here is the top. So this is the way the bag looks. So here's your front, right? Here's a top view. You see it has like the little grommet holes, almost like a belt. But then you lift this here, lift that up, and then you see it has two zippers to open. Think of like a rogue satchel. That's the the style basically. Oh, I got more than a towel in there. Oh, it's a sweater, if I didn't say that. Okay, so she big. As you can see on the bottom, this gonna hold a lot. But this is the interior. It's leather. It's a leather interior bag. It does have a key holder. You have a zipper pocket on the back wall. And on the front, it just has the kiss lock pocket. Again, all leather. As you can see on the inside, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous bag. I liked, again, how different this bag looks. And like I said, she gonna hold a lot. The shape is kind of is a little weird because, of course, on the side and how the end of the strap goes, it's kind of like but the details in it, you have Coach on each grommet, Coach on the zippers. This should have, I don't know if it's going to be this one on the other side, that will have, yeah, you have your 1941 stamp there. There's Coach stamped on the metal pieces here. And then the patches themselves, again, they're sewn onto the bag. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. This by itself does have a little weight. I don't have a strap for this bag, but for me and how big it is, I wouldn't carry it crossbody or shoulder. I probably would carry it up here or just by the top handles, because I don't know. This is not something that would be like a walking around all day. This is definitely, this could come to work with me. This, a little weekend going to run out something. But this is not something to carry all day because it does have some weight to it. But I just like how different it is. It's different for me just because the style and the patches on here is very, very different because I'm very plain with my stuff. But I figured, you know what? The lady was getting rid of both of them. And the only issue, she said, because I asked her, she said they were project bags. And I said, what made them project bags? She was like, it's just because they were in fair condition. I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with it. I asked her for a video. She took a video of both. And like I said, they're not, whatever the issue is with these bags, because some people want perfection when they get bags. I do not, because I know there's, that's not ideal for me. What I look for, is quality. That's it. That's all. Again, the stitching you have on the top, you got the stitching on the bottom, the whole leather interior of the bag, it's in really good condition. There might be like a couple of like little spots on the inside of the bag, but that's on the inside of the bag and nobody's gonna see that but me. I also am not a person that looks at it and worries about that. So again, here is the varsity patch. Well, no, it's something varsity satchel. When I get the name, I'll put it on screen like I said. But just how it opens, this is another one that's going to be very secure. You don't got to worry about nobody getting in your bag, not knowing, because you just have to, again, this is a little bit more secure. So you just have that flat there with the double zipper. And the zipper does stick a little bit, but it's not something that can't be worked out. And again, how substantial the hardware is on this bag. It's just, there's the top. So that's the second bag. Now this bag right here, I originally saw this when I went to the Coach store when I was getting my Atlanta 23, was it last summer? And I was like, oh, that's nice. I liked it. I liked the way that it looked. I liked everything about it. But I was like, no, I want the Lana, because I was like, if I got this particular bag, I knew I wanted it in black because I wanted to be able to use it. I do use and wear my Lana 23. But for me, this style bag, I knew I needed it in a black so that I know that I would, because I would want to grab for it much more, just because I love the way that it looks. I've worn it twice so far. I went out yesterday and got compliments, and the first time I wore it, I got compliments on it as well. I was trying to find the bag again because somehow it got into my brain, and I was like, I really want this bag. It comes in two sizes. I got the smaller size. Um, Another, like I said, I've seen a few people selling them in my Facebook groups, but they were like retail price, maybe $100 less, or they were in the dark stone and I wanted the black. I also wanted the smaller one because I was like, if I get a larger size, I know that it's not one I'm going to grab for all the time. So let's just go ahead and show the bag because I know that's what y'all want. This is the broom, the Coach, of course. I think I said all of these were Coach, but this is the broom carryall. I'm not sure of the size, but this is the smaller size. So here she is, y'all. I have been wanting this bag for the past few months. It's no longer available online. It's hard to even find it on secondhand sites because they're either in the dark stone or the larger, or they're just priced really too much, more than what I want to pay, and that's just me. But here's the bag. See how it's got the top handle? You have more bags with top handles need to have this little button. I think this is the best thing that Coach has done. I do have a couple of like vintage bags that have something similar to this going on, but this little snap there, oh, we need it. So you just really unsnap it and it doesn't stay here. So you can always like slide it to the side. Anyway, details. Let's look at the back. Never mind that. So here's the front. You got the side. It has a nice weighty hang tag. This kind of does annoy me sometimes when I'm walking, that sound, but it is what it is. I may put it on the front of the bag instead of the side, but we'll see. There's the back with the D-rings for the strap and a back pocket. And as you can see, it's a very structured bag. So you're not going to be able to fill this up with everything in the kitchen sink. And as you can see, this is as far as the back pocket opens. Because again, the structure is up here on the bag. Think of like the Willis, because I think the Willis also has like that roll top. So, you can only go but so far in the back. But here it is. Now, one other feature that I like about this is the top of the bag goes kind of behind the top handle, if you can see that. So that kind of gives it a little bit more security when it's closed, and even if you don't snap it all the way. So underneath the C is where you pull it open. It's just a snap like that. As you can see, it has that. This is leather lined. So you do have a front pocket here, which is not leather lined. Again, it's like the jacquard fabric. I'm trying to move this down just a little more, but my thing is broken. So there's the jacquard fabric there. And then inside, make sure I ain't got nothing that shows my inside. It is leather lined. Now, the first time that I used this bag, I had and it's not in here, I had my small purse organizer. So as you can see, it comes out this wide. It does have the little magnetic closure snaps on the side to give it to kind of expand it, or and then the back wall has a pocket with just the magnetic closure and the story patch, and that is leather lined as well. So yes, when I used this the first time, I used my purse organizer with this. What I will say is, because of how this closes, you cannot stuff this because this will not close, and you don't want to put pressure and lose the shape of the bag. So you want to make sure that you don't use and pile too much stuff in here. You also, you know, like how I'm holding it, I don't want to keep doing that because I don't want to indent it too much and mess up the style of the bag. But this is a very structured bag. It will not fold flat because you will destroy the bag. That's just how it is. The stitching, I don't know if I showed the bottom of the bag, but it's like, what does it say? Genuine full grain leather. The stitching is beautiful. This bag, like I said, she was selling it secondhand. It's got Coach everywhere. I think even on the feet it says Coach. I think I did that recently. I am not, I'm I, I'm not gentle all the time with my bag, so I'm not a person that is going to look for a bag and be like, oh, it's got a scratch on it. Me personally, I know that my bags will get scratched up or messed up some kind of way eventually, possibly, maybe, because I wear my bags. And like I said, I'm not that gentle with them, but I also am, you know, aware when I'm wearing it. The second time I wore this bag probably was yesterday, and it's not ideal. I would not wear this, you know, out shopping and doing all that, but I was doing a return, and my goal was to go make the return and come back home, but that didn't happen. I kind of walked around and bought a few things, so things were kind of knocking around. But anyway, like I was saying, I used a small organizer in this bag the first time, which fits and it's fine, but I had like my sunglasses and something else that I had put like right up at the top. Hold on, let me get the organizer. Okay, so this is the organizer that I was using inside the bag, and it does fit just fine. As you can see, it fits in there just fine. But the thing was, I had everything in the organizer, and then I was trying to put stuff on top of the organizer. So now that I have it empty, you can really see it on the inside. So it does, you know, she does open wide, right? She does open wide. And then with the organizer, goes in there like that. Now I wouldn't put, you know, more stuff in here because you don't want to, again, you don't want to lose a shape. And it makes it harder for this to close and just kind of like sit. So you have to kind of, the bag itself will scrunch down whatever is up here. So you can't go but so high on the bag because again, it will make it harder to go in and out the bag. I do see if someone was to use this on a daily basis, I do see it easily getting scratched, like the leather getting scratched, like I said, the, you know, that little scratch. But that was me. And it is what it is. It is a decent weight. It's not too heavy even by itself. It does have the strap, which is nice strap. Again, you got substantial weight to the hardware. And yeah, but this is my Coach broom. Like I said, I had been wanting this bag. I had been looking for this bag, but I knew I was not trying to spend what people were charging for this bag. But I just happened to be scrolling one day and a lady was selling it, and I was like, oh, is it still available? Because it, you know, it might have been like 2 days or 3 days. And sometimes certain bags in my Coach groups go like that. So I was happy when she said it was still available. I sent her the message real quick, and yeah, we did that. But yeah, that noise kind of annoys me when I hear it. But so I might take the hang tag off because to me it's, you know, I'm not a person that's like it has to have a hang tag. I just don't care about that. The hang tags to me give the bag a little something, but I personally, I want to see the bag. I don't need a whole bunch of, you know, now the thing is putting charms and all of that. I do not want all that stuff on my bags, because for me, I want you to see the bag. I want to see the bag. I want to be able to appreciate the style, the design, even the small little details. I want to be able to enjoy and appreciate the bag itself without all the extra stuff. I do have a couple of purse uh charms and and things like that, but I just don't use. But I need to start reminding myself to put them on the bags. Just put them on the bags. You know, the bigger bags, yes. The smaller bags, I don't know. I'm just not her. But I don't know if I showed that she had feet. I think it did. But yeah, so that's everything that I have purchased recently. If you want to see, I don't think I took pictures of myself with this bag the last 2 times that I've worn it, but I will try to remember to make sure that I take some. If you need some or want some mod shots of it on, please let me know. I personally would suggest this bag to especially someone who works in an office, a professional person, just because, again, it's just the style. For me, this is the style that I like. It's a very classic and stylish looking bag, and that's why I said I needed this bag in my collection. If you like to have or need to carry a lot of stuff, then I would suggest getting the larger size, because like I said, I wouldn't, you don't want to stuff it too much. I probably would say like here, halfway through the bag is probably better, to give you enough room to close it properly, because you don't want to put strain on the lock. It is just a pull, but again, and you see how the straps in front, because of how it's made, even if this is open, when the top panels are up, it kind of protects the bag from really being open. I mean, unless it's like all the way open. But even then, with this on the top, your stuff is still pretty safe inside the bag from falling out. So I would suggest this bag. All the bags I have, honestly, I would suggest. I probably will do a updated purse collection. Don't know when that will be, but I guess look out for it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on the video. Sorry I've been gone so long, but like I said, I just didn't feel like picking up the camera. I don't need to keep saying the same things over and over. I'm going to do better. I just need to do better. I don't need to keep saying it. Just actions are better than words. So yeah, any questions about the bags that I have, please leave them down below, and I'll see y'all in my next one. All right.